This reading is going to be on Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice dynamic or just relationship, and how do they feel towards one another, and what are their energies towards one another, because they always show love towards one another. Ice Spice always showing love to their collaboration, and always answering Nicki or just posting the tweets about Barbie World and stuff like that. So Nicki always responds back. But I can't help but notice that there is just something a little standoffish about it. It's not like the same like it used to be when they were just collaborating together and just having to show that much love and carry the song together and stuff like that. But maybe it's just me, but we're gonna do this reading and we're gonna jump right into their energies and area and see if there is something there to notice or like to know of. Okay, now let's see. We're going to tap into the current energy that they portray for us first. Great. So let's do just that. Okay. The mother ice spice in her knowledge and ice spice and ice spice. The current energy that they show us. The current energy that they show to the public. Yeah, like wait, let me just get up before I start saying something. Yeah. Um, People just say that, Nikki's doing backing her up and is her mentor, and just like, seeing a lot of opportunities in her, and just, giving her lessons or showing her what is needed to be shown to stay strong in this industry, or like she's teaching her the basics, or just like backing her up and everything. She got the Nicki cosign and stuff. People are saying that. People are also like saying that she is backing her up or showing her off, or kind of like using her as a way to just talk shit about other rappers and stuff like this. It's a very much of mixed opinions about what people see in this, and like what people think that this is. But the energy that's both Nikki and I portray are the energy, yeah, the energy that both women portrays is all about just giving too much. Some people do say that this is kind of like this is dynamic out of greed, or like just wanting to kind of like stay on top and just have somebody who's going to be following in her footsteps, or like in her suits, just the same way that Nikki is. Like, oh, wanting to do too much, or like getting into situations too much and whatnot. But the real deal is, like, she's helping her make decisions, or just like, read through the lines, or just get whatever is said between all those lines and whatnot. As I was saying, the energy that they portray for the public and everything is all about making good decisions, making smart investments, basically, supporting one another, and just giving people hope that maybe this is a change type of dynamic for Nikki, where she is just, showing those new girls like much more in the picture, just like letting them know that, she's not as they paint her out to be, that there is more than what meets the eye in there, basically. They're also portraying the energy of just like, yeah, this is something fun, something lighthearted and whatnot. Like, this is tending the test of times, and just whatever that they're saying about Nikki, that this was like a huge slap into their face. Like, she's still helping other female rappers out. The ones that are coming up. She's not as obsessed with work, or like as greedy, or like as bad as they paint her out to be. And for example, her relationship with Ice Spice is a pure example, and her relationship with other, like upcoming female rappers too, like Sexy Red and stuff like that too, and whatnot. But yeah, this is the energy that they portray to the public. Like, they're standing strong, they're doing their thing, they're just having fun together, mentioning one another, showing love and whatnot. So this is what is portrayed to the public, what is showed to the public and to everybody else that is just gonna have outsider look. Now we're going to see the real energy between both ladies. Let's see. What is the real energy between Ice Spice and Nicki Minaj? The real energy between Ice Spice and Nicki Minaj. Okay, let's see. See, the first thing that is popping up is, feeling a little indecisive and just needing to make a decision about how everything is playing out. Let me say those cards that fell, then I'm gonna get more. Yeah, lots of decisions that needs to be made, lots of energy in here. Just, moving forward with a better foot, trying to progress. Oh, yeah, but there's also that bitchy type of energy in here, and some red flags that need to be like noticed and just like taken care of. There are some decisions that need to be made that are going to be elevating the person's career, one of their careers. There's also something here about projects, a passion projects, or just, getting there and having so much more energy than what you're proceeding or like what you're showing to the other people. There's also here just like wanting to move forward and just wanting to have a mental breakthrough or just wanting the truth to be shown. Huh. Oh, that's interesting. There is bitterness in here. There is anger. Hmm. Okay, let's see. Bitterness and anger is just like, harsh. You kind of like, this woman here gives much more of a cold type of advice or just like a harsh one. Like she doesn't care. She doesn't want to sugarcoat the truth. She doesn't care about all that stuff. But at the same time, the public doesn't have to know about this. And even if they do, there's gonna be like we saw that one coming already. Like everybody knows that she can't, like Nicki cannot keep those type of relationships with any female rapper because she's bitter, because she's angry, because she's always wanting people to just be a certain way towards her. That she just can't, keep a strict relationship with other female rappers or other women just out of her pure evil or just like bitter, like angry energy. That's what people stereotype Nicki as at times. And it's sad to see, honestly. But let's get more. Let's get more cards. Sorry, let's get some more cards. Okay, so there is a type of like, oh, I grew up listening to Nicki. Of course, I got respect her. I got respect how she came up in the game, what she ever did, how she, like took the game by a storm, how she moved forward, how she has so much more opportunities and she granted us with so much shit in there. So there is that type of mutual respect, or at least respect, for, like respecting your elders, basically from Isis energy and Isis well points of view, let's say. There is also the energy of like just wanting the same type of lavish life, wanting the same type of luxury for yourself and everything, and also just making um smart business moves, just wanting the same type of constant luxurious lifestyle and stuff like that. I wouldn't say like manifesting the same life, but definitely wanting to make the smarter business moves and just seeing how her plan worked and just tweaking it her own way. Let's see, what is the real energy between Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice? Oh, that's a lot of cards. There is the energy of just ex- mm, hold on, let me see, because this is this is getting interesting. Let's get one more card actually. What's the energy between Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice? Can I have Okay. See, there is something here about not knowing what it's really is, like what's really is the issue. Like at times it can be going good, then something just kind of like it's getting kind of like bipolar. Like what is going on? At times they're good, at other times there is just that type of like silence or just like a cold type of energy. Hmm. There is something here about just like they do obviously talk. There is also that type of like um I need to tap into their energy individually because this is like there is a lot going on here. Like there is a lot to unpack. I'm gonna say that much because And there's something here about just feeling so burnt out by trying to keep those facades up and just trying to, um, feed into the gossip that everything is going good and everything is fine and everything is, just peachy basically. But there is the inner dissatisfaction and there is the tower moments with a reverse, which means that, you can't just really say what you really want to say, because if you do, you're going to lose out on so much more shit that is so much important, and that those opportunities that kind of are being directed towards you just because of your accolades or just because of the cosign that you got because of her, just because of the cosigns or the recognition that you're getting because of her and stuff like that, because that does add to people's resumes. I'm not gonna lie. um yeah, there's also here something about an unhealthy type of attachment. You're just trying to attach yourself to this type of okay, so the attachment is from both of their parts, except each one of them has a different type of goal. Attachment to prove to other people that you're not like the Nikki is not what they restricts her, well, not restrict her, but they paint her to be. So those images, those type of mindset that people be having over Nikki or on her and stuff like that, do really play a number on Nikki and do make her feel like she's just never can please anybody or whatever he sees. So therefore, she just is being accepting of other people. So to prove everything or everybody else wrong. Meanwhile, the other girl, Ice, is still being attached to Nikki because let's see, let's get two parts. Oh, because she knows that she is going to be missing out on a lot if she doesn't. Yep, if she doesn't play her cards right. See, yeah, there is an area of contemplating from Ice Spice's side. And it's crazy because the Devil card is also a Capricorn card, and she's a Capricorn woman. So yeah, that's very much her energy. Just feeling like whatever it is, she gotta stay put and stay still and just be stuck in this type of energy for now, because until then she's not knowing any better. Because she's not knowing any better, and she'd rather for now just choose whatever is pleasing her career or is making her at least happy, and just accept that for now she's just gonna have to sit there and kind of suck everything up, because she doesn't know where she's headed or where she's directed at. But at the same time, there is a type of conflicting energy in here that I don't want to say this is getting out of hand, but it's definitely kind of playing a little bit of an offish, standoffish. It's having a standoffish effects on however they're carrying themselves around one another, or however they're speaking. There is also a lot here about just looking back as damn, this isn't the same. How is she not the same person that she's showing those people, or how is she not like she used to be before. She understands where the pain is coming from and all that, but at the same time, it's it's time for her to move on and just forgive and try to start anew, not just be like this. Definitely does see Nikki as a strong woman who worked hard to be where she is as, and who is carrying way too much burdens and too much responsibilities on her shoulders just because she doesn't want other people to see her struggle, or just so she can stay on top and everything. But at the same time, she definitely does see her as a star, but at the same time, she's she needs to just let go, and at times just have fun. I don't want to say she sees her as upset, but she definitely does see her as somebody who does lack playfulness, or just at times gets to be way too serious. Each one of them has a hidden type of motive, but for now it doesn't look too harmful. But we're going to tap into their individual energies and see. So now we're going to see how does Nicki Minaj really feel about Ice Spice. How does Nicki Minaj feel about Ice Spice? How does Nicki Minaj feel about Ice Spice? How does she definitely does see her as somebody who's still young, who's still learning. It's crazy because you think that by spending all this time with Nikki and all that stuff, Nikki is going to really fully warm up to her and just really you know, like trust her fully and stuff. But I'd say that she's still a little bit apprehensive towards her, and indecisive, not knowing how to, like really make up her mind about her. I don't want to say that she definitely does see her as somebody who hadn't like who just got added into the industry just because, and who doesn't have an authentic come up, or just an industry plant. But I wouldn't say that completely, but I do see her definitely feeling like um they're not having the same energy or like the same hunger for a rap as she used to have, or like as she did when she was coming up. She just sees her as somebody who's uh sorry, who's a little like too optimistic, and just has that endearing type of like naive little hope, but not fully seeing the bigger picture at times. She definitely does well really does see her as somebody who needs like to polish her crafts, or like her bars and shit like that. I don't want to say that she wait, let me get a few other parts before I say what I want to say for real, because um she definitely does see the opportunity that she's having, or like that she's getting. And yeah, she doesn't trust her fully. I would say that she definitely does see her as somebody who can be a little too childish, or just has that like childish aura around them. I'm drinking some tea, so don't mind the noise of me pouring some. Definitely has some type of um childlike energy around her, a baby face. She definitely does see how people be reacting to her, and just seeing her under a certain type of light. She still needs to make up her mind, or like make her decision over how she really does view her and how she does feel about her. I would say that she definitely knows knows and sees how she impacted her, or like how she likes her, or like loves her and stuff like that, and she appreciates that. She of course appreciated the way that they work together and stuff, but at the same time, um, she knows that there is just more than what meets the eyes when it comes to her. Like, she knows that if she really, is to let her guards down, maybe she's going to hurt her too, or like maybe she's going to use whatever she has told her against her. There is something here about her feeling like no matter what she sees, they're always going to turn their backs to her, or like their backs on her. She's a little disappointed in whatever it is that she is made aware of, or like she is finally realizing over all this. She's only disappointed in some of the choices that this girl has been making, but at the same time, she's like she's gonna have to live and learn on her own. I can't just tell her everything, or like anything. Nikki knows that. Yeah, see, this is Nikki's energy. She's a temperate Sagittarius. She definitely knows more, and she knows how this will go. Like for Ice, just based off of however like she talks, or like whatever discussions that they be having and shit like that. She knows that she's going to, secure her spot, but at the same time, she knows that if she really is to like, really fight for all of this, it's not going to be ending well for her. Like she's going to just get what is the word shelved, if like they really are going to go after like um the talents and stuff like that, because yeah, it's not fully there. Let's see, what is the talent card here about? What is Nicki Minaj realizing about Ice Spice? Because this is throwing me off a little bit. I didn't expect that. It's like she's still indecisive about her. Like she learned something here. Hmm. She learned something here that just made her rearrange her thoughts about the whole thing, or kind of like regroup her feelings, or just know something ain't right in here. Let me see. Oh, this one's supposed to be falling. Oh, okay, wait. She definitely did learn something here that made her feel like indecisive, or made her feel like this is just this is just not good, or like this is something here that just this has to do with something that has to do with a label, or like something that has to do with work, or like contracts, or like some papers, or like some shit like that. It just made her feel like I just have to kind of like distance myself now to just know what I'm dealing with, or like what I'm gonna do. Yeah, let's see. She feels like at times the love isn't real, or like the love isn't genuine. But let's see, how does Nicki Minaj feel about Ice Spice? Oh, how does Nicki Minaj feel about Ice Spice? It's like there is still going to be the now, like there is the feeling of just like this is something unfair, or like this is something she's dishonest, or like she's not being fully, like she's milking that imagery that she paints for other people, or like she's not what she looks like, or like she feels as if this is just happening all over again. She feels like at times like she can't just trust her fully, or like she's unpredictable, or like she doesn't know what it really is about her, but she just feels like she just needs to wait and see, or like wait and see how she's going to prove herself to her, like prove her loyalty to her. It's crazy because this is very much extreme paranoia at times, but when you really look back at it, you kind of understand where she's coming from. I do guess how she's feeling, but I'm not gonna say anything until I jump into Ice Spice's energy and see how she sees her too. Um, but yeah, she definitely does see, the movement that she makes for herself, and she respects that. She fucks with that. She definitely does see how she's growing more confident and independent in her own thing and all that stuff. But at the same time, and she definitely does see, like all the stuff that she be making for herself, and the new opportunities that she's getting, and the growth and all that. It's just there is something here, that's throwing Nicki off about her. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. That is throwing her off. Like she just she just want to know something here. She just want to know what it is, or like kind of trying to like look deep within and find something here that's going to put her mind to ease, or like make her have that I knew it, like I knew that this is something that was gonna happen. Just feeling like she's going to catch her while she is doing something, or like catch her being sneaky, or like make her or like feel like maybe she's playing both sides, or just she's not as honest as she claims to be. She definitely does see her as somebody like who gossips about other people. There is just some type of like, yeah, some type. See, even the stuff that she learns recently has something to do with money, or like with some way that her label is moving or something. So it's not very personal, because she definitely does see her as somebody who is, like charming, who's having fun, who's trying and all that stuff, but at the same time who's stagnant, who needs to do better for herself, or like for her career. Um, but yeah, she doesn't just see her as somebody who enjoys her time, or like who has a good time, and who definitely has the general public's love, and like who the public recognizes and stuff. But at the same time, it's like she's still indecisive about her, because she feels like everything is just happening in such a haste that it's just everything is just jumping around this girl. So like it's making her feel like maybe I just need to kind of like like isolate myself, or just like not say anything until I gather more information, or like until I know what the fuck is up. But that's the thing though, like even if she's going to know what is going on, or like what's up, she's not going to just like jump the wagon and kind of like just say something about it. She's going to move better, I hope, because yeah, she's just going to have to learn from how Nicki's always been moving. Like Nicki's gonna be Nicki regardless, but I feel like she's going to I'd say, approach this differently. But let me see. Two more parts on how Nicki's going to oh my god, approach this. Yeah, she's not going to fuss about it all, but she's definitely going to be like distancing herself. Like she's not gonna be talking until she's talking to her like it's something mentioned in their songs or like their success and stuff. So she's going to give props to that, but she's not going to be saying shit about all that until something like really negative happens. Until something that's really hurts her happens, or like that's really makes her feel like, oh, she had me fucked up, or like something that's really going to be like something bad in Nicki's books, or how she be saying that or seeing all that stuff. But until then, she's not going to say anything. She's just going to repress all that and just, like move accordingly to all that stuff. Just because it doesn't, have to hit the public, or like she doesn't have to act a certain way or like say a certain way, say certain shit a certain way, because not everybody deserves to know what the fuck is going on, like how she's really feeling. She knows what she knows and she's going to move according to that. It's just until something that's really is going to affect her work, or like is going to feel like she infiltrated my circle, or like, trusted her way too much, or like something is not it. That's when she's going to, start dropping hints or like say something that's going to wake it up basically for the people. But until then, she's still just going to be indecisive about it, or just like, not say anything and just look at the bigger picture and still appreciates whatever it is that they're having to get there or whatnot. But now we're going to jump into how does Ice Spice really feel about Nicki, and we gonna go from there again. Okay, so now let's see, how does Ice Spice feel about Nicki Minaj? That's a lot of parts. How does Ice Spice feel about Nicki Minaj? She definitely does see her as, somebody who is definitely big in the game, institution, somebody who knows what they're doing, who knows a lot, the ins and outs of the game, and who deserves her flowers and deserves to be respected because she knows what she's doing and she knows what she stands for. But she really does see her as somebody who can be like stingy, or like greedy, or just over possessive, just like wanting this and this and that, and just obsessed with work or like with wealth, and overworking herself, carrying way too much on her shoulders. Just interesting. Just doing way too much, trying to prove a lot of stuff that she doesn't need to prove, because her work, or like everything that she has done is doing so on its own. But at the same time, she definitely does see her as somebody who can be a little insecure, or like who procrastinates a lot, or like who's just lazy. Oh yeah. Shit, let me sip on my tea right now for this, quite literally. Wow. She really does see her as somebody who can be extremely petty, or just like, who knows, or like who thinks that she knows the whole world, or like, interesting. Who knows, everything that's going on. It's at times she's like, it's okay if she doesn't know, like she doesn't need to be like a know-it-all, or like a tell-it-all. It's fine, it's whatever. Like you don't need to be doing all that. She really does see her as somebody who, like, despite everything that she has, or like despite everything that she be doing and all that stuff, she still acts as if she doesn't know. Like she definitely does see her as somebody who kind of like seeks validation a lot, or just has to move a certain way, or just is, at times cold, or like too detached, and just who watches and knows everything. Like she knows she can't slip up around her. But at the same time, they do talk. Let me see. How did Ice Spice feel about Nicki Minaj? Because this feels like, she sees how the public affects her. She definitely does see how she moves. She definitely does see how she carries herself and all that. She does know now like more about her than, like what she thought she was knowing. And it definitely gave her much more of an insight on Nicki and how she moves and why she works the way she works and why she's passionate about all that. But at the same time, she does see how at times she gets to be a little too unstable, like too imbalanced, and that creates a definite type of like shaken up energy around them at the time, or like sometimes. Yeah, she also feels like she like at times Nicki needs way too much of like ass kissing, just because she's been there and she has done it all, like seen it all and everything. She feels like, oh, she wants people to just bow down to her, or just like she is too overactive, or like she does too much or reacts too much. But at the same time, she sees her as somebody who is not completely like fully balanced, who wears her emotions on her sleeves, and who at times can get too cold hearted, or like emotionally manipulative to get her way. Okay. There's definitely that type of like conflicted energy, like not knowing how it is, or like knowing that I don't want to say that she sees her as a bully, but she definitely does see her standing on her shit and standing on business. What the fuck is standing on? I don't know, but this I've been seeing this going on for like a while. That just shows how involved Ice Spice is on social media, because I do not use that word ever. Um, yeah, she knew that those new beginnings and everything she has, or like more chances are thrown her way and everything, because of the opportunity that she took while working with Nicki and stuff. Because if she missed out on the opportunity, she knew that it wasn't an option, for her to miss out on all this with Nicki. So she did what needed to be done. Okay. Oh, let's get more on how does Ice Spice feel about Nicki Minaj. She definitely does see her as somebody, who has lots of opportunities, who holds lots of opportunities, and who is very much a door opener at times. She definitely does feel like um mm, she really does feel like at times Nikki just has become like so introverted, or like so insecure, like extra paranoid, that she doesn't like see shit for what it really is. Like she sees her as somebody who holds grudges a lot, or who's just too like who needs to move on from the past, and who needs to see what is really going on, instead of just creating all those scenarios all in her head, and just you know just my god, it's crazy, because she definitely does see her as somebody who is kind of like showcasing some bitchiness, or like some insecurities or selfishness, but at the same time, as insecure as she like looks, or like she feels she is at times, she sees how she's full of herself, like she's arrogant, or like she is that careless, or just like um at times acts like as a narrow-minded person, or just is a narcissistic, basically. She definitely does see her as such. Wow. But she definitely does see her as somebody who is always overcoming challenges, and just focus on her career and shit. But she definitely does know how she really feels. Like she's like sees right through her. Like she might act as if she's naive, or like she's dumb, or just that good girl, like a good girl, and just acts like she's too innocent and just doesn't know what it is. But she really does know what it is. All this is just an act. She is wise, and she knows exactly what the fuck is going on and all that shit. But she won't just jump in and say what it is. She's just going to let people talk, and she's going to hear all that, and she's going to act accordingly, and just know what the fuck is going on. She's just going to know what is going on, and just act according to all that, because she knows that if she really lets her own personal feelings speak on the matter, or just like show throughout all that, um she ain't gonna go that far. So she plays the long game, and she plays the longer run, because if she's like, oh, maybe I do not, maybe I respect her as an artist, but like as a person, as I got to know her, I'm not as fond of her, because she is so resentful, like she's so like insecure, like she's so much of it, like she's so full of herself, or like she's so arrogant, but at the time she's like she's needing so much validation, like she needs people to just always be at her hip, and like as her attached to her hip, which is like always like bow down to her, like always say yes and all that stuff, like basically worship her. I can just tell them how like she's careless, or like how she acts so arrogantly, and just how she has like some issues, and how she is just um you know um acts like she knows everything, just like passive aggressive, or like how she is just Uh, just careless and just not giving a fuck about the consequences, like all the consequences of her actions or like talk. At times, like I can't just say this. I'm just gonna be, like I'm just gonna go for the positive shit instead of just talking about how I really feel about her when she's having her bad days or like when she is, like talking her shit or just saying whatever it is. So yeah, each one of them sees the other one in a certain way, but it just depends on how they're going to be moving now. But they're not gonna do anything about it. Well, hopefully, I don't know. It's just there is a lot going on. But one thing is for sure, they do appreciate one another at least. Like despite all this, they still have some sorts of appreciation going on in there, and just have fun whenever they're talking. But their inner feelings towards one another are a different type of story on here. Okay, okay. Now let's see what else I want to ask. Oh, will they ever work again together in the future? Let's see. Let us see. When can Nicki Minaj twice ever work again in the future? The card already jumped. Uh, I gotta know, but it just depends. Oh, there is something here about just like we shouldn't overdo this, but at the same time, like if I want to, I will. Like if we want to work together, like we will. Hmm. This is interesting because what is this here that has to do with like manipulating the facts or like manipulating the truth and just not being truthful about the real intentions of wanting to work together, the industry. Let me see. There is something here about just knowing what exactly is being said, like what exactly is being done behind closed doors or like behind the scenes about um maybe like the way they're working together or like how they're like a dynamic duo that people are loving now and everything. I don't want to say that they will try to pit them against one another, like against each other, sorry, but it wouldn't be too far-fetched, you know. Let me see. It wouldn't be too far-fetched, but as in for now, they're just keeping the peace. Like they're not gonna do anything right now because yeah, they're having so much more going on that they just can't miss out on all that stuff. Like they're making money together and stuff for the longer run, but there is a certain type of contemplation about whether or not are they going to work together. I'm not gonna say just like the industry, but like both of their record labels. I don't know if they're under the same one, but there is something here about just feeling conflicted or like contemplating about whether or not should they just make them work together and just be on another music video and stuff outside dancing, having fun and all that shit, because they definitely do pay attention to what is being said or like what do the people love and what does the public fuck with most. So yeah, there is that too. Let me see. Will Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice work together again? Will Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice work together again? It's definitely gonna be much more challenging due to the clashing schedules now, or like the different stuff that they're working on. But a decision will be made about that. They're going to just have to decide whether or not they actually do want to work together or not. So like, are they having enough time to just like squeeze that shit into the schedule? Okay, let's see. Will they? Oh, they work together or not? It depends, honestly. I don't see it happening now, but because like we already worked on something together and all that shit. Maybe Nicki would be like, she would be a feature in one of her songs. But as of right now, maybe they'll sit this one out or like sit on a record that they already have in the stash and shit for a while until the time is right, until a proper timing is here. Because they already have like, have done a record together for now and stuff, like two records for now that took the world by storm. But for now, they're just going to have to pause that shit for a while. Yeah. I don't see it happening right now, but let me ask. Because people are just like, oh, we need Ice Spice on the album and shit. Will Ice Spice be on the not just Pink Friday album? Let me add this question here. We're going to see, will she be on? As I was saying before, I just got interrupted. I was going to ask about will she be on the Pink Friday 2 album or like, I guess on tour too because people are speculating are just, everybody, well, the fans are just asking whether or not she's gonna be there, or like hoping for her to be there or like be an opening act for her on tour and whatnot. So I'm just going to ask and see what we're going to get. So let's see. Will Ice Spice be on Nicki Minaj's Pink Friday 2 album? Will Ice Spice be on Nicki Minaj's Pink Friday 2 album? There's so many cards. Oh, that's a lot of cards actually. Wait. Well, no. Oh my god, thank God. I'm so sorry, but let's be so for real. It needs A-listers. Okay? It doesn't need all that. It was cute for a rollout. It was cute for, her features run, even though half of them are questionable, but her verses be hitting. Nicki's verses, because I do not care about that lady. But yeah, she ain't gonna be on there. She knows that where to draw the line in her solo projects and endeavors. I'd give Nicki that. Okay, that's good actually. I'm a little too relieved right now because she knows how it's gonna go and what it's gonna be when it comes to her album. So yeah, there is that. Yeah, she knows that she knows that the people are going to like it, but she knows what she's going to have to bring to the table with this one. So I'm hoping that she will eventually know what the fuck is up. She knows that the public, will be expecting more and more from her. So this doesn't look like, she's going to be on it. So there is that. That's what it looks like right now. She ain't on the ass one. But if she is, then, she might have a change of heart and want to take a new direction or just add something like in the deluxe or something else. That's going to give her like an opportunity to add more tracks or like put out something from the vault is what I'm hearing and maybe put it out there. But as for the real album, I don't see it being there. But let us see. Will Ice Spice tour with Nicki? Well, it depends. Okay, the first thing I'm hearing is like it depends on the people who might be, listed there for her opening act. There is a chance for them to, like travel together and work together and like travel overseas on the tour if that might happen. Yeah, she might be with her on tour. Like she might bring her as a surprise guest. I guess I don't know how it's, like they say that, but I do hear surprise guests or like she might pop up as a surprise in like certain cities or countries. Let's see. Yeah, it depends though. But like if the word got out of them being there, then she might tweak something or like make some changes in there and stuff. But there is a strong chance of her actually, bringing Ice on tour with her. Oh my god. Yeah, there is a chance for that to happen. As I was saying, let's see. Well, Ice Spice will be on tour with Nicki Minaj, the Pink Friday 2 tour. Yeah, there is a chance for that to happen, but as I said, like it's going to be an opportunity for her to, like be there and see how everything works with Nicki, like a whole new world, basically, of opportunities and stuff. But if not, then she might not be there, and it might go for another person. But she might pop up in a festival, a concert, or a tour with Nicki. Because I do see them on stage performing and stuff, and the public or what's the word? The crowd goes crazy if she goes there. You know, like if she's there when Nicki performing. Give it up to the motherfucking blah blah blah. Give it up to her. Blah blah blah. You know, like presenting her and just having fun, having a cute interaction moments on stage and blah blah blah. If not, then it might happen in another festival. Maybe the one that is going to be headlined on December. I think he's gonna be headlining. Is it Jingle Bell? I think. I don't know, but that's the possibility of that. There's a possibility of that too. Okay, now let's see what is next for both of them to end the reading now. Let's see. What's next for Ice Spice and Nicki Minaj? What is next for Ice Spice and Nicki Minaj? Both are going to be focusing on their solo projects and endeavors. There's going to be a lot of choices that need to be made. More energy, some stubbornness, something here that has to do with creativity, something that they might work on. Just more stability and lots of stuff, but also some sneakiness and something, like maybe getting out. Lots of work. Again, the public, is going to see what they're going to see. They're going to hear what they're going to hear. Let's see, what's next for both? Something here about either working on something then scrapping it, and then the public will get a hold of that, or something that might happen. About like a little like a lie or like something that took place, and then some ruthless, well not ruthless, but like hasty decision being made, some frustration, some anger, anxiety, just everything just going stale, and mass confusion. Oh my god, I hope that they don't have fallouts, public fallouts or like something. But there's definitely something here going on. But there's definitely something here that might be going on, sorry. Or like something that might take place and it's going to cause a lot of like distress or just confusion, because what is this? Like, oh, I always knew she would be jealous of the new girls, or like, oh, this is disappointing. Like, yeah, we like wanted them to work out together, they were cute together and stuff like that, but it's like you don't know what is in the bigger picture. But I do see that happening in the far, well, not as far, but like in the far future, because as for now they're just enjoying the ride and communicating and all that stuff. But maybe something might happen that they might not be able to work things out from, or like move on properly from. It's going to cause lots of frustration or like anger and just feeling like should have went. Yeah, it's going to be a shock to people. It's going to be like, oh, she should have went with her gut. Not everybody just deserves that. Recklessness, hesitation, suppressing their own emotions, pettiness, childish energy. Yeah, just usually, what happens when everybody kind of like has a problem with Nicki, or like when she has a problem with them. Obsessed with work. Oh, she always just want to be on top. She doesn't care about the rest. Doesn't care about all that. About all this. I mean, yeah, there is something here about just being indecisive and not knowing what it is, or just like looking back and feeling like you were played, or like how could I miss the clues? And yeah, that's her energy. And just like ending things, or just like falling out and not talking, but still watching everybody, but just like disharmony and just broken communication, like tension between them and just awkwardness and stuff. But I'd hope that they would like fix it, but it looks like it's going to take a while for that to go back to what it was between them. I don't see it just like fully happening until a while on, dragging on into the future. But they might work it out, but it won't be the same. But as I was saying, like shit happens. And by the way, about what I said earlier on about Nicki learned something about her. It might have to do with her label, with something regarding the money, or like the way she moves. A record label money, some deal or some shit that she is doing, or like some shit that she's saying, or whatever that she be talking about to other people, or like she might have got to with, or whatever that was said or anything. But yeah, there's that too. But that's just what it is with Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice, and yeah.